Police have arrested a 6-year-old after he shot a teacher in a school at the US state of Virginia. The victim suffered life-threatening injuries in the incident, which authorities claim was not an accident.
This is a scene that has played out over and over again in the United States. Those are parents and police outside an elementary school in Virginia after a shooting in a classroom. Some of these details might sound tragically familiar for a country where gun violence is a constant threat. But what is shocking this time, the shooter is a young child, a pupil who arrived at school with a handgun.
This was not an accidental shooting. The altercation was between a 6-year-old, the student who did have the firearm, and the teacher, and then a round was fired. Like I said, she suffered a gunshot wound and has been transported to the hospital. That's where my thoughts and prayers are at right now.
The teacher is alive and her condition is improving despite suffering life-threatening injuries. Thankfully, none of the children were physically harmed. They are now reunited with their families. Visible relief on the faces of those who'd recently received news that many parents in the US dread. Someone had been shot at their child's school.
My heart stopped. I was freaking out, very nervous, just wondering, was that one person my son?
The 6-year-old pupil is now in police custody. Because of his age, court proceedings could be challenging, and even if he were to be found guilty of a crime, he's too young to go to a juvenile detention centre. Why he shot a teacher is a question that needs to be answered. But more importantly, how did someone so young manage to get hold of a gun and take it into his classroom? Becky Cottrell, Sky News.